Hey everybody! So it finally happened. The West was Western leftists were saying, "Oh no, the mainstream media is playing this up. It's not actually gonna happen. We're just saber rattling. The war hawks are just wanting a big old war with Russia. But no, Russia invaded Ukraine. They uh, recognize the newfound independence of the Donetsk and Luhansk regions. Of course, I'm butchering those names. They're now apparently their own countries. They're now their own republics. This is news to the rest of the world. Russia's the only one recognizing this, aside from maybe a few of their allies. Uh, it's pretty insane because Putin and Russia were saying, we're doing this because of the threat that NATO poses. This is because NATO's getting too close to Russia. That's why we're going to set up 150,000 troops and surround the country of Ukraine and put them all up on the border, because NATO. Yeah. But the thing about that is, they're basically like a non-factor in this situation at all. It went from, oh, NATO's a threat, we don't want war, to oh, we have no choice but to invade. And then it got into ethno-nationalist territory where Putin was literally uh, basically putting out ethno-nationalist sentiment, like these ethnically Russian territories in eastern Ukraine belong to Russia all along. So yeah, blatant violation of international law. UN condemnation was on display last night from countless countries, spare maybe India, Brazil, who were like, okay, both sides, let's play nice, blah, blah, blah. Same as China as well. But no, I would highly recommend watching the UN speeches gave, especially by Kenya. Uh, Surprisingly, like the African countries, like, yeah, you're obviously imperialism and colonialism from any country is bad, and anybody with half a brainstem should be able to admit this. Excellent words were said, and there's a lot of rhetoric from so-called leftists who aren't really leftists. They just hate liberals, and that's literally it. They have a disdain for democracy. Um, they're only anti-imperialist if it's the United States. They don't have a clue of what is actually going on in Ukraine and what Russia's actually doing. They get all their cues from RT, Russian state media, and it's no wonder they're having the takes that they are, because uh, whether it be like, oh well, there are Nazis in the Ukraine, are we really defending Nazis, or basically like, and like Russia has no fault in this whatsoever according to them. What, you don't think there are Nazis in Russia? What the fuck kind of point even is that? It it's incredible how the sovereignty of countries only matters if it's being threatened by the West. Unfathomable. And for how much the West and Western countries interfered with African countries, to hear Ghana, Kenya, and Gabon, I believe, come out and fully condemn the actions of Russia pretty much says everything. Or at least it says a lot more than I think a lot of people will give them credit for. But ultimately, NATO and the U.S. are not directly involved in this at all. They're sitting on the sidelines. They're basically like on standby. Um, but it's still incredible how these pro-Russia imperialists who LARP as anti-imperialists, who LARP as leftists, um, are just incapable of calling a spade a spade. This is an invasion of a sovereign country by Russia. If this was U.S. doing the same thing to Iraq, they'd be making just as they'd be making a giant stink over it. Because there are some comparisons here, except Russia is willy nilly claiming like, oh, this is ours now, basically. So I think the scariest thing about this, apart from the fact that a nuclear power is invading a sovereign country, is the fact that NATO troops are not really held accountable. So Putin is basically testing the West right now. How far can he take this? How far can he go? Because like, if NATO troops are deployed, who exactly, like, it gets really, really, really complicated when the combat starts. Like, if NATO troops actually got involved with fighting like on the ground. Fortunately, right now there isn't really much like actual direct engagement, like direct conflicts. But still, like, if it wasn't just like these African nations at the UN, it was there were other great speeches from Ireland and even the ambassador from the United States as well. But the Ukraine ambassador, he was livid, pissed, called Russia the virus. Oh yeah, I have to take off my mask. It's not because I'm not concerned about COVID as a virus. I am, but there's another virus. It's called Russia, basically. And the Russian Federation president, who oversaw the UN hearing, was just a bumbling mess. He was a baby. He was like, "Oh, well, I'm obligated to say this because it's my duty to do so. But thank you, Ukraine, for speaking." But just so mad, like, and even after the meeting was over, the Ukrainian ambassador was just. You have to see it. I'm rambling at this point, but either way, call out bad rhetoric when you see it. This is not the West saber rattling. This is not the U.S. going, well, because Russia's doing this, we have to get involved. It's nothing like that. Do your actual research. Look at what's going on the ground. Keep up to date. Russia actually just today, I think the Russian State Duma or something like that, authorized use of force in contested Ukrainian territories, like eastern Ukraine, where Russian troops are literally deployed right now, thousands of them. I'm not sure on the details. I'm probably butchering it a little bit, but yeah, just actually look into what's going on. Don't listen to RT or clowns from like the Jimmy Dore left or the Gray Zone or fucking Caleb Boppin or whatever the fuck. Look at like the amazing work done by Adam Something or Bo the Fifth Column or just Ukraine state media, or even if they even have state media. Because it's getting real, and there's really no telling what Putin's going to do next. That's pretty much it. Don't be a goddamn imperialist. Be consistent with your fucking flimsy ass principles, I guess. Thank you guys for checking that out. I will see you all very soon. I'm probably going to live stream the CPAC conference. I'll figure out something to do with that. that Stephen Banger reaction, my old content, that's going to be coming soon. I've just been burnt out. I don't like doing this, but if people keep on coming and engaging with it, then I'll keep making it. So, excuse me. Plus, this has always been an interest of mine in politics and blah blah blah. Despite how frustrating it is, you all have a great day. Thank you.